Orders on Mondays. Play my single. Now, so long story short, we bought the house 2 years ago, and it was the garden. No, the garden wasn't even a mess. It was just covered in stones. And me being me, as idealistic as I am, I was like,
We'll rip that out, I'll take all the stones away, get some artificial turf down, paint that, and then seal that. Job done, 2 weeks and that's a good one.
no, 2 years later, it took us. What happened was we had this bit in the corner, right? And so, me being me, I was before I got my hernia, right? 2 years ago. And I was like, right, okay.
Just rip that out, rip that out, rip that out. Oh, bit of dirt in here, right, okay, bit of rubble in here, okay. 1 brick, 2 brick, 3 brick, 4 brick.
We were basically left with this massive pile of dirt and rubble, and it was like, how am I going to get rid of this? How am I going to like sort it out for the grass? How am I going to, because again, then if I'm doing the tree trunks and the roots and stuff were attached to the wall, I'm like, I'm going to have to take the tree down. But we went to joiners, and anybody, like I got to the point like, if you have a wheelbarrow or you have arms and legs, like do what you need to do, and we'll order a skip as long as you could get all of that out there, and then we could flatten it out and then see what we could do.
I'm not doing that.
We managed to get a joiner, right? Just a young guy. I think he was just like in between work with the whole COVID stuff. He came in with one boy, and he was the only guy who was going to do it. Honestly, he was like from 8:30. I don't know how we did it, from 8:30 to 2:30, and they took nearly all of that rubble. We ordered the skip. The guys were like sweating buckets, right? Woof, 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 and they were just battered it, and then they levelled it out for us. So most of the stones, basically all the stones were gone, and I was like, so we managed to get, basically we lucked out, because I didn't get how they did it. So we got all the stones, all the dirt gone, and then we were left with this kind of blank canvas. From there, the journey began, and this is where I'm going to show you this little journey from where we were when we were basically just had everything ripped out, while the corner bit still left because obviously with the trees and stuff like that. But let's start the journey. So let's swipe away, and I'll show you from where my dad then kicked in how we managed to transform a unusable garden that was just like derelict basically into what it is now. So we have done a frame. My dad managed to do a frame for me all the way around, so we're going to staple the grass on. We managed to get 2 tons of sand delivered in the tiniest space possible. So my dad got all this down, 2 tons of sand, so that's ready to be compacted. We've got the whacker plate coming tomorrow, and then the grass just got delivered. This is from Carpet Right. That's right, Carpet Right actually do grass. So yes, we have the grass. So my dad is going to get the whacker plates coming tomorrow. We managed to get that delivered and picked up. So my dad's coming tomorrow. He's going to whacker all this down, level it out, and then we are going to have grass. Then I'll be able to show you guys the finished product tomorrow. Okay, so the worst day it could have been. The sand's all compacted. We had to cut all the grass. When I say we, my dad, I feel really bad on him because he's obviously in his mid-50s. So I was basically just there getting soaked just to keep him company. All the cuts have been done. Most of it, we didn't do the joins, so my dad did the best that he could. It was a pain in the backside. Obviously the walls kind of squint, and he's just kind of put those down with nails just now, just so we were able to kind of get everything in place so it didn't move. So that's kind of what we've got just now. And then my dad's going to come back up, and he's going to obviously get everything done a little bit tighter. We've got that last bit of carpet there, and that'll fill this last little space. And again, we've got the joining tape, and we'll stick a little bit up the back here. So yeah, I think from this bit here, it looks like real grass again. I'm probably going to, and look at that, great Ralphie doing a poo on the grass for the first time.
Thank you very much, Rafi. So I'm going to have to pick that up. Fantastic. So once we've got the sand down, and then once we kind of give it a spike roller, and then again we'll be able to bring the pile up, we'll be able to take, obviously look, you can see where it's been rolled and stuff, but I think for somebody that's never done it before, I think my dad did a really good job. And yes, the next video you'll see will be the finished outcome when we finish this, and we'll get it all kind of all tidy and stuff. Again, as you can see, the join came out okay. Again, if you look kind of close, it's kind of quite hard to see it, but again, the join will settle out the more it's walked on. So it's not too bad. Again, you can kind of see bits and bobs, but walk over it and the more kind of walking it gets. We'll also put sand on it. My dad had a spreader that he had, and so again we'll have covered this all with like dry sands. Like I think we were looking for like dry kiln sand or whatever it is, but it was like we got like this, like the sand for paving and stuff. I think it's kind of like the same thing. So again, I also got this rake out of B&Q, so it's a plastic rake, which then allows, just again, you don't want to use a normal rake on this because it will just ruin it. But yeah, we're really, really happy. Again, my dad did, like, to me, an expert job in just making sure everything was nice and tucked in. And again, managed to get it all tucked in all the way around here, up here. Only problem is is that bit there. Basically what we did was I ordered it too short for the join, so it was really frustrating because we just didn't have enough. So as you can see we've pieced it together, and that's just going to have to do. If you put like planters or something along that line and have it covered, you're never going to see it. And again, we've still got to sort this out. This is the only reason that we never took that down was because of this big massive wall that we've got, and basically the tree root goes all the way down to there. So the problem is, I'm pretty sure the roots are in the wall as well, so the last thing we want to do is take that tree down and the whole wall comes down. So unfortunately we're still trying to think about what we're going to do about this. We got quoted like over £300 for guys to build a box for it, so we're thinking about kind of certain things we could do, and then we've got to tidy. This is everything that's left. So again, we'll get that tidied. Okay, so we have tidied up a little bit last night, and then this arrived today. I can't remember where we got it from. I think it was maybe like Wix or something like that. And yes, we are planning on sticking it here. So this is for garden storage. I never said you could play in here. Well, okay, so the next move is to try and get this decking stained. So what they do say is that you give it a good clean and let it dry. So as you can see, Laura's used the cones to section out so we know which section she's cleaned, but it shows you the difference that all the work, again, that's just kind of months of dirt and stuff that's built up because we weren't really looking after the decking. Now we're kind of giving it a clean and we're going to do it. So what am I going to be using? I'm going to be using this stuff. This is called Baratine decking oil, all in one decking treatment. So oils, protects and stains. We're going to do is that colour all the way through it, and then we'll give it a full coat around this section, and then we'll just do it in sections. So that is the first row, and this is the second row. And look at that. So that is one coat of the decking oil. I've went all the way up to the edge here, but yeah, I think that's looking pretty damn nice. No, I just kind of feel like the dark kind of oak stain, it just kind of brings out all the rest of the green and kind of makes the garden pop a little bit more. Yeah, I think this is going to look absolutely amazing when this is all done. I just feel bad on Laura because she's like, honestly, I took her like an hour just to clean that one bit, and then we've got to do the rest of the decking. So yes, let's see if I can stand in the same place. So this is the decking the way it is, and this is what it looks like now. So that's all the decking painted, and I had to redo it a little bit so you can see it's a little bit darker. That's still drying out, but yeah, I think this looks absolutely fantastic. It's been a little while since I did the last video, so we've had a little bit of time to kind of play about with it and let the grass settle a little bit more. That's where the kids keep their bikes. It's just like we're still deciding what to do with this, but and again I painted this as well, so again that was like I just used the same as I did on the back, and yeah I got a little lock for it as well. I just think it really ties it in, just like a little secret garden. I think it looks so cool. And it's just, yeah, just that's our journey, and I just think I'm just so happy. Me and Laura are over the moon with this. We are going to get the doors and the windows replaced quite soon, so hopefully that's kind of going to be like the final finishing touches. And with that wall, we're maybe thinking about putting like a blackboard or something like up there, and like you get outside blackboards for Laura's childminding. So that's our wee journey. So to wrap up, I'm just going to do a quick little montage of what it looked like before, from the video that the estate agent's done before we bought the house. And yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed our little garden renovation. Still little bits and bobs to do. And yeah, hope to see you again on Autism Mondays.